Coming up on AgweekTV, Syngenta reaches the largest ag litigation settlement in U.S. history.
We'll find out what farmers here in the Northwestern Corn Belt plan to plant in 2018.
And we'll see what's being done to lower the high rate of farm suicides. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Rose Dunn. The new USDA Prospective Plantings Report has a few surprises, with U.S. farmers indicating they'll plant fewer acres of both corn and soybeans. But they're also planting more wheat than a year ago. The biggest increase is in spring wheat at 12.6 million acres. And how will the cool, wet spring affect those planting intentions? Michelle Rook talked with some farmers around the region.
Farmers here in the Northwestern Corn Belt have indicated they plan on planting fewer acres of corn and soybeans and more acres of spring wheat this spring than they did a year ago. However, that's still dependent on Mother Nature. Farmers have yet to turn a wheel, but in the USDA report signaled steady to slightly lower corn acreage in 2018, partially based on agronomics.
Most of them stick to their rotation of 50-50, and I think we'll see a little less corn on corn than we normally do.
Economically, the corn-soybean price ratio also favors less corn and more beans.
There's a little more profitability in soybeans, or an opportunity to create a profit, than there is in corn today.
Beans probably hold a $20 to $30 an acre advantage right now with normal yields.
And higher input costs on corn have some banks dictating farmers plant beans.
Soybeans work better in a reduced funding scenario because the costs are not as high as a corn situation.
As a result, it was a bit of a surprise to also see farmers plant on less soybean acres than 2017. However, with winter persisting, the weather could still change that.
You know, as far north as we are, it seems like a late or early spring can make a big difference on what the planting ends up being.
In fact, with the window narrowing for spring wheat, farmers are already switching some of those acres to beans. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Week.
Did you grow corn from 2013 to 2017? If so, watch for a notice in the mail in mid-May about how to apply for a share of a big legal settlement. Ag giant Syngenta has agreed to a $1.5 billion settlement over faulty marketing of genetically modified corn varieties. Federal and state lawsuits allege that Syngenta prematurely introduced particular varieties of GMO corn into the marketplace. China didn't accept the imports, which the suit says cost U.S. farmers money. Lawyers in the case believe it's the largest ag litigation settlement in U.S. history.
It's a big victory for the farmers, and it does result in a cash payout for the farmers. You know, the concern was a bag of seed or a discount or some type of coupon, but that's not the case here.
Farmers have until October to register a claim at cornseedsettlement.com. Final court approval is expected by November 15th, with payments coming next year at this time. Per bushel payments won't be figured until the court knows how many claims are filed. The Justice Department is allowing Bayer's mega deal to buy Monsanto after the company's promised to sell off additional assets to secure antitrust approval. The companies announced the $60 billion deal in 2016. Bayer is a German pharmaceutical and chemical conglomerate and a leading player in the pesticide industry. Monsanto, based in St. Louis, is a market leader in seeds and crop genes. The deal will make Bayer the world's biggest supplier of farm pesticides and seeds. Bayer agreed to sell off its soybean and cottonseed businesses to BASF, as well as Bayer's glufosinate weed killer, which competes against Roundup. A former Minnesota Ag Commissioner is producing some amazing corn yields, and he wants to help other farmers learn to do the same. Jim Nichols says he's getting more than 300 bushels an acre by paying better attention to timing his nitrogen fertilizer. It started when his brother Pat, a retired chemist and part-time farmer, told Jim that corn is nearly half carbon. Then his daughter, a soil scientist, told him it all has to come from carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. He's been able to increase yields by more carefully applying nitrogen. Corn needs 75% of its nitrogen in a 21-day vegetative period in July. Much of it applied at other times is wasted. He says applying it in the fall is a terrible mistake, potentially limiting yields, hurting the environment, and wasting money.
fertilizer applied in the fall will be 50% depleted by the next summer. So we lose half our nitrogen just seeping away in the water. Then we have a problem that the nitrates are polluting the water in our wells. And most importantly for the farmers, they're losing a lot of money because half of their nitrogen is seeping away.
Nichols was Minnesota Ag Commissioner from 1981 to 1991. Ag technology is evolving rapidly, but some farmers are slow to use it. One top ag tech executive says it's important for farmers to at least try to use some new tech, maybe starting in a few fields. Teddy McKelly is Vice President of Ag Technology for Winfield United in St. Paul. It's a division of Land O'Lakes. At an SDSU Precision Ag event, McKelly said technology can be a huge benefit to farmers. Technologies like remote sensing, crop modeling, and variable rate applications are already in use, but new technologies like immersive reality and robotics could soon be adopted.
The technology is moving at an extremely rapid pace, and the adoption is not quite at that same level, but I think soon enough, especially as farmers make better and better decisions using the technology, it's going to force everybody else to start adopting these technologies because obviously the ones that do use are going to be very successful.
McKelly says the bigger the farm, the more important it is to utilize technology for top efficiency. The weak farm economy is taking a toll on farmers' mental health. Up next on AgweekTV, we'll see what's being done to help lower rising suicide rates.
I'm 120, 130, 130, 55, once around the block, 212, 5 right here, now having time's up. So
if you're thinking about selling a piece of land or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
Get your row crops off to the right start with an early riser Case IH planter from Titan Machinery. Case IH early riser planters feature high-tech yet rugged planter row units that quickly adapt to the toughest seeding conditions, while leaving an optimal seed bed to promote early, uniform plant emergence. Only Case IH early riser planters are designed to leave a flat-bottom seed furrow, ensuring consistent seed depth and even emergence. Contact your local Titan Machinery location today for more information on the next generation of planting technology from Case IH.
Intelligent farming means more crop from every acre. That starts with smart machines and precision application. Introducing the new Rogator C-Series from Challenger, featuring a newer, smarter, more precise way to apply fertilizers and nutrients, more accurately and more efficiently than ever before, resulting in less overlap and less crop damage, all to make you more productive and more profitable. To find out more, contact Butler Machinery today.
At Superior Grain Equipment, we're committed to quality and service, offering you the best in grain storage and dryers for any size operation. Our experts will work with you to determine the most efficient and economical storage solution for your needs. We help protect your bottom line and your future with the industry's best bins and warranties. Make the superior choice for protection today and tomorrow with Superior Grain Equipment.
Advanced Grain Handling is your regional dealer for grain handler dryers, bins, and accessories. With Grain Handler's continuous mixed flow drying systems, you're capable of high levels of grain dryer efficiency on all types of grain, including seed grain. Advanced Grain Handling also carries West Steel's quality stainless steel products for on-farm and commercial grain storage solutions. Advanced Grain Handling has licensed and trained service techs and a licensed electrical shop. Get a hold of Chad Kylo to find the perfect solution for your farm.
The suicide rate among farmers is up to 5 times higher than the general public and growing. That's a major concern for farm groups and mental health professionals. It can be hard to access help in rural areas, but NDSU experts say there are resources available.
The most important assets that exist for any farm operation are the people, and that's the farmer, and the health of the farmer is really critical.
Farming is notoriously stressful. Large financial risks, volatile markets, heavy workloads, and unpredictable weather can combine for a perfect storm of stress, and it takes a heavy toll. Farmers have a suicide rate at least 3 times higher than most other jobs, and it's trending up.
For any individual who is dealing with feelings of suicide or trying to find an escape from the difficult circumstances they're in, it's difficult to see any other potential solution at the time. They feel like the options are extremely limited, and they have limited hope that conditions are going to change for them in the future.
Sean Brotherson and Kim Bushaw are NDSU Extension Family Life Specialists. They want farmers and their families to know there are lots of resources available to help them. It's just a matter of taking that first step.
We need to remove the stigma so that people are helped no matter where the problems are coming from.
The isolation of farm life can keep farmers and their families from seeking help. Bushaw and Brotherson recommend reaching out to your doctor, pastor, or school counselor, but they also ask that everyone look out for each other.
I see this person not coming to coffee, or not coming to services, or not coming to the ball games at school anymore. I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to make a point of seeking them out and talking to them. So I think just doing that is so helpful. And if we can get everybody talking, it can make a big difference.
There are lots of resources at your local extension office or online. Just Google NDSU Farm Stress for a link to information. You can read much more about this important topic in the current Ag Week magazine. The American Soybean Association has a new leader. Ryan Findlay has spent his life in ag. He grew up on a farm and worked for the Farm Bureau before joining Syngenta. One of his and the ASA's top goals is expanding soybean exports and fighting the tariffs on soy and other ag products China is threatening to impose in retaliation for U.S. tariff increases. Spencer Chase had the chance to sit down with him recently.
What are the top three, would you say, headline issues for the American Soybean Association as Congress looks to write a new farm bill?
Crop insurance, without question, is huge. MAP and FMD, market access program, foreign market development, those are really big issues for us because we export a lot of our crop. There's a hunger for protein around the world. Soybeans are a great source of that protein. In the market access program, the foreign market development program allow us to develop markets that we would call those immature markets, help them understand the value of protein from soybeans specifically, all the way up to a mature market where we're going to feed or going to continue to export our product to a Europe or to other markets that may be mature. That ability for us to promote U.S. products, specifically U.S. soybean, in those countries, those foreign markets, are really important to us.
Is ASA satisfied with the level of market access its products have right now? And is there any concern about losing some of the current access that soybeans have around the world?
Well, farmers always want to see more markets available. and for us, international markets, that's no different. Right now, we have a huge market in China. We have a really strong market in Mexico. There are markets around the world that we would love to engage in more. We have a good market in Europe. We have a good market in Japan. But with China, our value is $14 billion. And we are exporting 1 in every 3 rows of soybeans to China right now. The amazing part is there's room for more. I mean, their demand curve for soybeans continues to increase dramatically. And what we're producing, we should be able to sell it there. And so if we can develop that market more, if we can improve that market, that's going to be more exports to China. Is there a concern there? Absolutely.
What does the next 20 years of the American Soybean Association look like?
One area that we really want to improve as an association is through communication. What is our communications platform? And what does that platform look like, from a website to social media to digital media? And how can we communicate with farmer members, with elected officials, and with consumers? And I think you're going to see a lot from us over the next couple of years, as we pivot to that and really try and expand our voice on all platforms of communication.
Will this winter ever end? Your AgriWeather forecast is up next. And in honor of National Soy Foods Month, we'll share some delicious and nutritious soy recipes.
Levosol is the most advanced nutrient efficiency solution, making phosphorus, zinc, and other key micronutrients more available to the plant. With 3 modes of action, it unlocks the nutrients in the soil. It makes the nutrients that it's applied with more available. And it is mobile in the plant for season-long activity. For more information, talk with your agronomy partner or visit wcdst.com.
Luckin Trucks and Parts sells quality used parts for all makes and models. With over 50 acres of trucks and parts and new inventory arriving daily. Family owned and operated since 1966, Luckin's specializes in the sale of quality used medium to heavy duty truck parts as well as pre-owned trucks, trailers, and construction equipment. If it's on a truck, we got it. Call us today and let us get you your part.
Stein Seed Company is home to one of the most prolific, highest-yielding corn and soybean breeding programs in the world. When it comes to research, yield is what matters most. With the largest private soybean breeding program in the U.S. and the industry's most aggressive corn research, Stein is in a class of its own when it comes to developing new, higher-performing seed. Choose genetics. Choose results. Give Shane Kylo a call at 701-866-9864 to learn what Stein Seed can do for your operation.
I'm 120, 130, 55, once around the block, 212, right here, now have them times up. So
If you're thinking about selling a piece of land or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
Get ready for the biological revolution. Agzyme by Ag Concepts is the leading biological soil enhancement product on the market today. Agzyme improves soil health and fertilizer efficiency for healthier crops and better yields.
Definitely is making a difference. I really feel that it gives me a bump in the soybeans and corn. I would say 55 up to 70 bushel soybeans. We've even had as high as 75. Probably the best bang for your buck.
Join the biological revolution with Agzyme by Ag Concepts.
Weather portion of Ag Week now. We're halfway through spring and there hasn't been any of it yet. Not any. But, you know, it's not that unusual for March to be cold and snowy. The April, it's been a little extraordinary. But the worst of this weather has no doubt passed, or dare I say is passing through this weekend, as there is a big storm in the upper Midwest northern plains going on over the course of the weekend. But the outlook going forth, while still looking relatively wet, a lot more of the northern plains precipitation is going to be falling as rain, and though not none, a lot less of it is going to be falling as snow during the coming week and weekend. And overall, although it's still well below average, the pattern is looking a lot less cold. So we're looking finally at some signs of spring. Spring will be arriving over the next few weeks. A little late, but at least it is happening. It is not absent. As the big northern plains storm moves into the Great Lakes and on toward eastern Canada, another little weak system is expected to drop through sometime around Tuesday, Wednesday in the Dakotas, Minnesota, maybe northern Iowa, as a little light rain, wet snow, some showers. You know, maybe a light accumulation, but not a big storm. That will then pass on through. The pattern remains active. You notice this meandering jet stream. The next system coming into California late in the week will likely spread up into the Great Lakes, northern plains, central plains as storms, rain, and then maybe some wet snow this weekend, a week from this weekend, across some parts of the area. Can't say exactly where. Hopefully it'll be mostly rain with only a little bit of wet snow that might perhaps quickly melt this upcoming weekend. As that moves off into the east, that becomes mostly a rain system. And you notice we're still dealing with the meandering jet stream, which will bring a continued outlook of generally wetter than average conditions, although note, late in April. This would be about at the end of this period. Last week of April, there is evidence of a ridge of high pressure building down south, and I think there's some evidence this may become semi-permanent for a while, and that would bring some changes. So we're going to stay cool, obviously, while we melt off the last of this South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa snow. And overall, the northern plains pattern remains cool. The south continues to heat up. The really frigid Arctic stuff is retreating because the Hudson Bay Low is in retreat, and that's a good sign for the overall pattern, because as the weather pattern spreads into the second week of this forecast, the last full week of April, and that ridge builds up, we're going to start seeing that warm weather building northward, maybe to the point of getting some temps up into the 60s, even into parts of North Dakota and Minnesota by the end of April. And with that in mind, the overall drought monitor is showing some signs of still some very dry weather down here in the southwest, in the Texas, Oklahoma panhandle area. The makings of a drought down there. Western parts of the Dakotas are dry. The eastern Dakotas, the rest of the upper Midwest, moisture not a problem.
Get your row crops off to the right start with an early riser Case IH planter from Titan Machinery. Case IH early riser planters feature high-tech yet rugged planter row units that quickly adapt to the toughest seeding conditions, while leaving an optimal seed bed to promote early, uniform plant emergence. Only Case IH early riser planters are designed to leave a flat-bottom seed furrow, ensuring consistent seed depth and even emergence. Contact your local Titan Machinery location today for more information on the next generation of planting technology from Case IH.
Advanced Grain Handling is your regional dealer for grain handler dryers, bins, and accessories. With Grain Handler's continuous mixed flow drying systems, you're capable of high levels of grain dryer efficiency on all types of grain, including seed grain. Advanced Grain Handling also carries West Steel's quality stainless steel products for on-farm and commercial grain storage solutions. Advanced Grain Handling has licensed and trained service techs and a licensed electrical shop. Get a hold of Chad Kylo to find the perfect solution for your farm.
Small or large, Superior Grain Equipment has a storage solution for you with a wide variety of bin options and accessories, along with site planning and superior customer service. Plus, from top to bottom, we offer the industry's best bins and warranties to protect your products and your grain storage investment. Get superior quality, protection, and reliability with generations of experience and dependability. Make the superior choice today with Superior Grain Equipment.
Intelligent farming means more crop from every acre. That starts with smart machines and precision application. Introducing the new Rogator C-Series from Challenger, featuring a newer, smarter, more precise way to apply fertilizers and nutrients, more accurately and more efficiently than ever before, resulting in less overlap and less crop damage, all to make you more productive and more profitable. To find out more, contact Butler Machinery today.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten. 40%? That's almost half the food we produce. Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back to AgweekTV. Did you know that April is National Soy Foods Month? So we're celebrating the joy of soy with a soy foods recipe. Joining me is Polly Ulrich. She's a volunteer with Common Ground North Dakota, which works with the North Dakota Soybean Council. And she's going to be making a soy dish for us today. Polly, what are we making?
Today we are making an Asian noodle salad, which has several components of soy in it. First, we're going to make the salad dressing, and you're going to help me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to start out with some good North Dakota honey, then soy sauce, soybean oil, very heart healthy, 3 tablespoons sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, and last but not least, about 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. All goes in the jar.
Gives it that nice little texture.
It does. We're gonna put that lid on nice and good, and we're gonna let you shake that up.
Uh-huh.
So while she's working on our dressing, I have already prepared some vegetables. Napa cabbage. We have some purple kale.
New to me.
New to me too. I just thought it was pretty, so
It's
here we
beautiful,
go.
yeah.
Some spinach, some soybean sprouts, gives the salad a good crunch, and some carrots. Here we have some good North Dakota wheat durum pasta. Today I use linguine, but you can use any pasta that you want. And then to help it out, I just added a little bit of that salad dressing ahead of time. And then you just give it a nice big toss. And then to top it off and to finish it, we're gonna add some radishes, some edamame, which are immature soybeans. A cup of edamame or soy products adds 18.5 grams of protein. And then we're also gonna add some soy nuts, which these are the mature soybeans that have been basically dehydrated, baked in the oven, and that gives us some good crunch. And there we go.
Beautiful.
There's our salad.
So not only pretty and colorful, but a nutritious and high protein dish. Add some meat protein and it takes it from a side dish to a main dish. Polly, thanks for sharing this recipe with us today, and thanks to the North Dakota Soybean Council. And if you want to try Polly's salad, you can find the recipe on agweek.com. Still ahead on AgweekTV, thousands of farms across the country may soon be part of a new weather network.
Levosol is the most advanced nutrient efficiency solution, making phosphorus, zinc, and other key micronutrients more available to the plant. With 3 modes of action, it unlocks the nutrients in the soil. It makes the nutrients that it's applied with more available. And it is mobile in the plant for season-long activity. For more information, talk with your agronomy partner or visit wcdst.com.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? AgWeek magazine. Reaching over 70,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. AgWeek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. AgWeek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
How would you like to turn your farm into an automated weather network? A Wisconsin man is developing a hyper-local weather network called Understory. Alex Kubicek says it will help make daily farming decisions easier. He's partnering with a number of entities, including Monsanto. He's already raised $10 million and hopes to plant 10,000 of the weather networks across the U.S. Data from the network will be available to subscribers for a small fee. Congratulations go out to our Jonathan Knudsen. He's the new president of the North American Ag Journalists. He took over the post at the group's recent meeting in Washington, D.C. He also won 3 national writing awards for his reporting on farmers' concern over health insurance and Palmer Amaranth and his columns. Congratulations, Jonathan. Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll see you next week.